wanted to make a quick video basically summarizing what had happened to me and my co-defendant on August 18th, 2021 in Baker County, Florida. Okay, so I don't want anybody to be biased, okay, and completely be one-sided to this. So, addressing the post that Baker County made, if I can remember it correctly, they said that they stopped the transaction before it began. How do you stop a transaction before it began and there's no drugs? Okay. I was giving my co-defendant a ride to McClenny, and I was tired, so I let him drive. Okay, because I've been up since 5 a.m. We got to the gas station, and he parked at the pump. I got out immediately and started walking towards the door. I see at the door that you need a mask. So I was like, oh, okay. So I turn around, and as I'm turning around, Trey is coming, and he's parking in the handicap parking spot right in front of the door. So I went ahead and looked in the front seat. I didn't find anything, my mask. Looked in the back seat, couldn't find my mask. So I look up and there's this lady in a green shirt. She's getting out with no mask. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and go inside. Yeah. So I get up to the door and I open the door for the people that are coming. There's people coming towards the door. I hold the door for them. My butt is against the door. And I look to my right. Trey is saying my name. He's like, come on. And I'm like, huh? What is he saying? I don't know what the fuck he's saying. So I basically ignored him, just looked around, and then I looked in front of me, and there's this woman. She had blonde hair, a messy ponytail, and she had like almond brown eyes. Okay, I was looking at her dead in her freaking face, and she's shorter than me, blue hoodie. Okay, so I'm like, whatever, I don't even know what he's talking about. I turn inside. I'm inside now, and I see the cashier. It's a woman. I see the people in line, it's a bunch of people, and I see the restroom, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through the back. Went through the back, go to the restroom. I'm hauling ass to the restroom, okay? I'm not walking. I'm like fast paced, all right? I'm telling you these details because once I get the video from my lawyer, I can show you guys what actually happened. So I'm in the restroom, doing my thing, and somebody's trying to come into the door, come into the restroom. So hello, I'm in here, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, could you hurry up? Yeah, you can wait a minute. So I take my time, wash my hand, well, finish what I'm doing, wash my hands, open the door with a piece of paper or whatever. And as I'm drying my hands off, I see this lady, the same lady that I opened the door for, okay? She is acting like she's coming to the bathroom, but then she's turning around, comes to the bathroom, turn around, and she's doing this while all staring at me, but her body is the thing that's turning around. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I go through the front, and what is my cat doing? And I'm looking down, looking into my peripheral to the left. This lady is stalking me through the store. And I'm like, why is she stalking me? This is freaking weird. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I need to get the hell out of Baker, whatever. So I get to the door, and I look up, and I'm like, oh, Jesus, there's cops everywhere. I only opened the door a little bit. I did not go out the door. You hear me? Like, they didn't hear nothing. I was just like, oh, Jesus, I was about to go back into the restroom, and I was about to use the restroom again, because that's how, like, you know, just went down there. So whatever, as I'm turning around, I see the lady that knocked on the door for the restroom. This lady jumps behind the counters, so I couldn't see her, as if I didn't just see her. So I was like, okay. So I'm just like watching her. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And I'm asking everybody, what's going on? What is going on? And so nobody wants to answer me. I'm just staring straight out of the door, watching everything that's going on. So nobody couldn't really answer me. One of the guys inside the line had said that somebody had called the cops or some crap like that, and the cops were just coming in. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what's going on. But as he was talking, because I was tuning him out, behind him is the lady that knocked on my door, and she ducks behind the chips again, as if I didn't just see her. So he continues to talk to me. I'm like, whatever. And then her head pops back up, and then I look at her, and then she ducks behind the chips again. So I'm like, okay, I ask everybody again, what is going on? Nobody wants to answer me, so I'm like, everybody's turning around, looking at the lady that's hiding behind the chips. So I know I'm not crazy that this lady is hiding from me, okay? Everybody turned their head. So I'm like, you know what? It's just a parking ticket, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and just pay for it. It's fine. It's cool. So I go outside, and I'm just standing there, just watching what's going on. They're just searching him and stuff, and I'm like, One of the cops, let's just call him cop number 1. There's 2 cops, so cop number 1, cop number 2. And there's the detective, the big boy, Mr. Glasses, okay? I don't know his name until now, but then, of course, I'm not gonna know his name. I'm standing out there, and officer number 1 is just smiling. I'm just like tired of it, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, what is he being charged for? So he asked me, oh, is this your car? Because he looked at he seen my key on my hip, on my thigh or whatever, my hip. And I'm like, yeah, this is my car. He was like, all right, go ahead and stand over there for me. And I'm like, okay. So I'm standing in front of his cruiser, which is behind my car. Tiny ass car. All right, so I'm standing, and I'm looking dead at Trey. And I'm like, Trey, what are you being charged for? He doesn't say anything to me. The detective, as he's searching him, he's like, is this your car? I'm like, yeah. He's like, stand over there. So now I'm on the left side of my car, which is the driver's side, and my driver's side door is open, and it's starting to rain. Remember this, it's raining. Do you understand me? Because when you see that video, you're gonna be like, really? Yeah, so just remember that part. Remember these keys, please. I'm standing there, they're still searching him. They finally put him in the car or whatever. And then the officer tells me to stand behind the gutters, you know. And at this point, my movement is restricted, okay? Completely restricted. I am not moving from this spot because I ain't trying to get shot, okay, you guys? The detective and the officer commence going ahead and searching my car, front and back, up and down. Besides the trunk, they didn't check the trunk. I don't know why. I thought it was a search. They just searched my vehicle, didn't find nothing, didn't find anything on us, because he searched my co-defendant, and I had shorts on. And it was distressed shorts, so it showed my butt and everything. I was just stopping to use the restroom. I didn't think I was gonna be outside. All right, like for real outside, or going anywhere that required me to really give a crap about what I was wearing. He's searching. This is about the 4th search that they're searching in my car. What are you searching for? Dirt? Okay, so the officer 1 is done searching. He goes and stands by me and officer 2 behind the gutters. The detective continues to search the vehicle. I don't know what he's searching for at this point. So he finishes his search, closes the door. My doors are closed, okay? He comes to me and he's like, we don't tolerate drugs in Baker County. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't tolerate drugs in Baker County. And I was like, what did you just say? He was like, we don't tolerate drugs in Baker County. And I was like, well, sir, I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't even drink, sir. He was like, I don't believe that. And I was like, okay, I see where this is going. I already knew where this was going. It was bull crap. So he goes back to my co-defendant, talks to my co-defendant, and then goes back to my car, and then comes back to me and says, is that your purse in the car? And I'm like, yes. He goes back to the purse or the car, acts like he's searching again, comes back to me and says, is my money in your purse? I was like, my money is in my purse. He goes back to the car and comes back to me. My money is marked money, and if it's in your purse, you're getting arrested. You're going to jail. I was like, I know what's happening. And I'm boohoo crying, and I'm like, sir, there's no possible way that I can possibly put money in my purse. And I was inside the entire time. How can I put money in my purse, sir? So I'm like basically just like crying, but then I'm just like, you know, let me just stop crying because he can't do anything. there's no possible way that he can arrest me because I don't have anything in my purse. So he goes back to my purse and, well, my car, the passenger side. So he takes my purse out the car, closes the passenger side door, stumbles and walks over to the driver's side, opens the driver's side door, and he was patting his pants for a pen or whatever, so he got his pen and sat down inside the driver's side. Why didn't you just do this on the passenger side? But I don't know why he did it. So he sits down, takes my purse. Hold on. This was the purse. He takes my purse, puts it up like about here, right? And it's open, okay? And he dumps it just like this. He dumps it just like that. And I didn't see no bills fall out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, once he did that, and there was no bills that fell out, he was pointing to the seat as if he was searching the contents that were in my purse, and he just went straight to his lap and started marking money. I was watching this man do this. I'm right in front of my car and I'm watching this man sabotage my whole life for absolutely nothing. Okay, so I don't know what's going on at this time. I really don't know what the fuck. I'm in Baker County. After about 6 minutes, 7 minutes, he comes back to me and says, "Those are my bills, boys. She's going to jail. Arrest her." My heart. Yo, my heart fell out my ass, you guys. When I tell you my life was over, I was just like, am I about to just be a convicted felon for taking a shit? Did this really just happen? I'm so sorry. I'll never take a shit in public again. The officer turns me around to put the handcuffs on me, right? And Buck Dial tells him to search me. I'm like, you don't have to search me. I'm basically naked. You don't need to search me. I have nothing on me, nothing, and you don't have a female cop. Get a female cop. So he searches me. He turns me around. And as I said, my pants, they show my butt. I have no pockets. Girls don't have pockets anymore. So I have no pockets, and he's just like, "Sir, I'm trying to look for some pockets, but I don't see anything." And then he's like, "Look, see?" And then Buck Dial looks at my butt for a split second and just shrugs. So the officer starts walking me to his cruiser, and he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, let me go ahead and take that key off your thigh." So he takes the key, and we get in his car. I had to squeeze in the car because the back seat is like half the size that it's supposed to be. So, because I guess they're broke. I don't know. No dash cams, no body cameras. But it's in their budget, but they don't wear it. I don't know why, but that is how it is. I got harassed in the car as well. So he was basically trying to use the bait shit on me and bait words. I don't know why. I mean, I literally was an open book. I had nothing to hide. Okay. And he asked me questions about work and where do I work and, you know, why did I come to McClenny? I already told him once I got into the car, listen, I don't know what the fuck is going on. He just told me that we were coming to see his grandpa and see his friend, and that was it. So that's in my brain. I already told this man I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody told me anything about any narcotics, no drugs, no nothing. The whole entire ride, he did not tell me anything about drugs. Do you understand me? Okay? He did not say anything about drugs. Not one thing, yo. So he asked me a question, and he was like, "Did he ever tell you what kind of drugs they were?" And I was like, "What?" And it took me a second, like, what are you talking about? And in my mind, I'm thinking he's talking about the detective. The detective's the only person that I spoke to. I didn't talk to Trey. I didn't talk to Trey. The only person that I talked to was the detective. The detective never told me any drugs, what kind of drugs anything was. So I was like, no, he never told me. And all he did was just smile and just went on the walkie-talkie and just said, yes, detective. And I was like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? So he was like, see, man. And then he started saying some shit or whatever. And he was like, those pants, they show everything. Those shorts show everything. And I was like, yeah, I didn't know I was going to be getting out my car today or going to jail. He was like, there's nothing underneath those. I was like, I have a thong on. He went ballistic. He was like, whoa, wow, ha, ha. Like, the guy was inappropriate as shit, and I was just shaking my head at him like, you're fucking weird, bro. Like, I was so uncomfortable. I was arrested for using the restroom. Go in, get her ass. Get her ass again. Now I'm in booking. This guy's wife opens the door. His wife, the sheriff, not sheriff, but the damn cop's wife opens the door, and she's the one that's searching me. She's the one that I have to get naked for and cough for. And I know that they had a conversation that night. So I was just so irritated. They did those little cop circles and had me right in the middle with everybody that was there and talked about my shorts. Oh man, it's terrible. I was actually very calm until I got to where I was barefooted and waiting to get booked in. And I was just like, why are we barefooted? You know what I'm saying? This is disgusting. Y'all are gonna make me get a fungus. And I ended up losing a toenail. I wasn't able to call nobody for 24 hours because they didn't have my numbers right. So nobody knew where I was. Like, my girl knew that I was going to McClenny, but everybody thought I was dead. I was quarantined for 9 days, so I was by myself. The officers wouldn't come check on us. They only checked on us like once every 5 hours, and it's supposed to be about every hour, but they weren't checking on us, and we were just stuck in quarantine. So I went from freedom to being by myself in a freezing cold cell. I want to say on day 6 I had like a seizure. It was my first ever seizure. You know, the conditions there are not that good. There was mold everywhere, leaks in the ceiling. I think they overdid their budget. Overall, the place is basically corrupt. It's very corrupt. I had came in with one charge, which was sale of cocaine, and then the next day I had a possession with intent to sell, and then I didn't find out about the third charge, the conveyance charge, until I didn't find out about the conveyance charge until after September 1st, whenever I found out that they charged or filed my charges, signed the fact-finding sheet. They had the assistant state attorney sign the fact-finding sheet saying that everything was true. So I couldn't get out within those 45 days legally. And then I basically had to fight. You know, I just went to court. My people had to buy a lawyer. You know, every day we are the reason that Baker County is still running. So basically every person in there, let's say it's like $80 they get every day. Baker County will get you know, $80 or something per person. But yeah, they were making money off of us. That's all that it was, really. It was just them trying to make money. That's all they care about in Baker County. And majority of them are very racist. They'll say that they're not racist, but honest to God, if I hear the N-word come out of one more white person's mouth, the way that they were doing it, they were saying it 4 times in one sentence, and I just did not understand why. My charges got filed with no evidence, no drugs, no drug money, really, because the money was never in my purse. The detective lied and I watched him. There's just more to it, but I think that's gonna be for another day. It's definitely the detective over me. I lost everything besides my faith and my sanity. And I know who's there for me and who's not. I'm just so grateful for my family and my friends. I'm looking for a lawyer right now. It's just that the lawyers that I've been trying to reach out to, one of them said that they're not interested in my case because my co-defendant had a had a record. So I don't know what that has to do with me, but it's really hard and I just need help right now. I'm just really reaching out, you guys, because I'm struggling so bad right now. But I mean, I'm just staying positive. God got me for sure. But I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, the real story. I didn't want you guys to be completely biased towards. I don't want you guys to believe what Baker County said. They humiliated me online, and I'll deal with that whenever I can. But I wanted to at least just put my side out there. Thank you so much, you guys, for listening, and have a blessed day.